A vivid nylon patterned print with avocado sweet and anaglyptus swirls slumber Ethyl Bromide slowly down. She's counting hours and ticking clocks, so Di is dead and Cliff rocks, her blackouts to blackouts. What's on the box? A wireless, it's wireless, thermal non-slip socks. A slobber, a silence, a twitch, and we are back in the room. Hey, who's been voted out? The man in the moon. Dreaming away time, gas bill, the bubble, old flames, new shames, pedestrian trouble. Warming the pot, let the brew steep. Putting the world to right, oh, it'll keep. Released from the spell, that prescription haze. Ethyl Bromide awake. Wake up, wake up. Their eyebrows to raise.
Oh, me love, I got you a lovely mini muffin from the Quality Steve. Oh, you're looking well, me love. You're looking well. I'll put the kettle on, me love.
Oh, that sounds good, Andess. A nice cup of tea.
How you diddling, me love?
Oh. Well, you don't necessarily need buttocks, apparently.
No.
Well, my husband's back just neatly blended into his thighs. Like little toes, they reckoned, in a few thousand years. They'll just disappear. Along with hair, fingernails, Kent, fresh air and polar bears and Holland. Yep, all getting phased out. American woman on the news the other day. Size of a subprime ninja mortgage typed house. Belly aching, acid indigestion about the cost of living. You could probably feed a terrace street on her leftovers. Put it this way, she didn't look like she owned a potato or a peeler. The only wrappers she removed were cardboard or polystyrene. Not happy with the price of gas. Probably produced enough herself to light up a small town. No, my food parcels can carry on going to the local student union and the Polytechnic. Oh, sorry, university. It's not a two-tier system now, is it? Well, it's more of a daycare centre now for the social and economic underclass. I've heard you can do a module degree there for £33 to £58. Hey, and modules include maintaining personal hygiene, coalition coping skills, and maths madness and modernisation. Learning takes place in group therapy environments and is applied with a sense of pity and sympathy. It's all long distance learning. Via the internet. No, Freeview. No, text. Yeah. I shall be donating my potato peelings to the NUS and not the US. 34 stone Texan and can't afford to put petrol in a car. She wants to think about redistributing the wealth. Do your maths, love. You don't have to be Carol Vorderman to work that one out. Economic downturn. She could live on her own back fat for years. Mark my words, they'll come to what that lot. You can't eat scones and clotted cream all your life without a vice-like pain down the right-hand side and a cold, clammy sweat visiting your shores. Oh, it's shocking now. Oh, Ondessa. I am quite fatigued. Oh, I think it was that slice of Benelin and bread and butter pudding Elsie dropped round. She says she's only just started re-embracing home-cooked afters since knocking around with that chocolate fountain manufacturer from Skegness. You know the one. Lived in that big house the size of a small hotel and enjoyed deep-sea fishing, but had a very light rod. Yes. She went on that Cadbury mini break to the Isle of Man with him. Or was it the Isle of Dogs? Dipping all the food, including the cooked dinners, in melted chocolate. It didn't last. It was a novelty relationship. Ashford Court Day Centre finally got the chocolate fountain, but what with the cutbacks, couldn't afford the chocolate. That's a shame. But it did come in, though, for the communally soaking of dentures. Smashing. There were slip-ups, as you can imagine, but wearing somebody else's teeth for the day can be entertaining as a, bonding experience. It did bring some of the residents closer. A few relatives thought their mothers had had a stroke because their face had all gone funny. I'm all for the strain of the NHS, but only occasionally shop at BHS. I'm more of an outdoor berry market girl myself. But sadly I've not been since martial law was declared there. Oh yes, Ondessa. It's martial law at Berry Market now. What with the credit crunch, they've started rationing pig pudding. You can imagine the uproar that caused. We are talking barbed wire and hand grenades.
Oh no, my love.
Life without port scratchings, it doesn't bear thinking about. What with this double drop in recession? Even say Kylie Minogue couldn't get 2 days a week on wet fish stalls at Berry Market. They're just not taking on. Danny Minogue threatens every other week to quit the X Factor. I'll quit, she says. Well, go on then. She won't go, she's not daft. When her older sister can't even get two days a week on a wet fish stall, you can't maintain international glamour like that. Not on North Manchester wages, you can't. It'll not get the better of me, this credit crunch. I won't be shivering me back out this winter. To maintain my body heat and stretch the pension, I shall be frequenting the Trafford Centre. Parking up, brake on, in my mobility buggy. By your shop doorway, toasty. Toasty and warm. Mark my words, mid-January you won't be able to get through Selfridges for the packs of pensioners. This is your 15th refund this week, Mrs. Bromide. A snooty lass. The slight look of Quark from Deep Space Nine with Petula Clark eyes. I just can't seem to decide. Dear, no rush. You'll find me by the door eaters, sipping a strawberry daiquiri and soaking me feet. By the way, dear, do you sell choc ices here at Marx's? It's all right, I need to lower my body temperature. I have a slight heat rash. Those door eaters are knocking out some heat. Oh, but I'm not complaining. They're much warmer than Boots and HMV. Jeffrey's wheeled me round Selfridges during the launch week. I was bombarded with tasty nibble bits. Shoved 3 cubes of cheese under my chin. One of these metronome-known sexuals from London on the deli counter.
Oh, I don't be liking the metrosexual.
Oh, failed to tell me it was a mature extra strong. And me, a pensioner, living on my nerves. Well, it proper winded me, it did. I got me breath and said, I want to speak to the duty manager immediately. I said, I want to be sure before I leave this store that the cheese has a safety warning attached. I said, it's not extra strong, it is bionic. It's not mature, it's prehistoric. I said, and don't even get me started on that Mexican salsa. And I said, I know even without trying it, it clearly should be available on prescription. Well, he started laughing. 2 chins and a paunch that cried reduce ready meals. I said, hey, my advice is to cut down on the chilies and label it relish. Salsa. Prescription. Salsa. It's a step too far for the people of the Northwest. I did purchase a bottle of that Robinson's barley water as we left. It's been specially designed, I think, for people who play tennis. I don't play tennis, but I do watch it. So I think I should be all right. You'll be all right with, say, table tennis. But definitely not that squash with squash or you might feel unwell. Elsie tells me Ashford Court Day Centre are having a little bash for Kate and William. I shan't be going. They've invested in one of those epileptic glitter balls. No, it's not for me. You know, with everything spinning like. Elsie says she's going to the Ashford Court do, but and that she might dust down a tiara. But did I think a tiara would go with a new extra double depth wide fit leather wedged woven orthopaedic loafers? I said, hey you, steady on. You can stop emitting hot air higher than your derriere. I said, I knew you, Elsie, when you had backcomb Barbara Dickinson hair and as much personality as a dying cactus. I remember when she thought Ted Rogers had a nervous twitch. And that was even after she'd been on the show. I kept saying it's 3, 2, 1. Oh, she went on with her sister in 86. Ended up with a fitted kitchen between a family of 15. Elsie got a cutlery jar and a square foot of backsplash. It built a wedge through the family like a Berlin Wall. Some family members just couldn't let it lie. To this day, they can't watch UK Bravo without some sort of bloodbath. There are ongoing ramifications. Something about human rights and European law. Kith against kin, all for 1,000 base unit and extractor fan. A few more seasons of 3, 2, 1 and it would have been all ethnic cleansing on the Yorkshire Dales. One half of the family wants the speedboat and the other says flog it for a week in Tenerife. Suddenly you're not spoken to your sister for 15.5 years. Elsie keeps repeating, well, she's got the tumble dryer. Oh, I said, just calm down and have a strawberry.
Well, I've done you a lovely couple of corned beef sandwiches, Ethyl, and left them by a bit of cling film by the microwave. I'll be seeing you again then, my love.
Bye-bye,
You're
Ondessa.
right, leave me again.
Thank you, my love.
Lock you in then.